we can fix the issues, and after we can I can verify my email if anything required, and also we can available 24/7 on call support.
Okay, great.
Yes, sir.
So let's have some questions without any delay. Okay, so you are you are acquainted with AWS, right?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. So you also told you know Terraform also, and Docker
Yes,
Kubernetes. I
yes.
hope you are aware, right?
Yes, I'm aware of Docker and Kubernetes also.
Okay. Can you explain the entire CI/CD pipeline of your project?
Yeah, yes, Hitanshu.
Yeah.
In my current organization, I'm using Jenkins CI/CD pipeline. Uh, in Jenkins, we can take the code using the as soon as developers put the code into one source code management. I'm using GitHub. On GitHub, we can take that code into we can pull the code into in while we creating the job in the Jenkins. We can take the code and we can create the packages using Maven tool, and after that we can test it for testing purpose. We can integrate the Sonar Cube server configurations, and after we everything is good, we can move on to uh, like we can create the Docker images. In the Docker images, running the application, we can put into one of the image package, and after creating the Docker image, we can create the container out of the image. We can deploy the applications into a Docker containerization orchestration platform Kubernetes, or else we can use separate container platform using Tomcat web application in my current organization.
Okay, great. So, how do you create EC2 instance in two different AWS accounts simultaneously using Terraform?
Two different you asking
Two
same
different
account or
in two
different
different AWS accounts.
different AWS account? We can actually we can create the one AWS account. We can create the access key and secret key specific user, and same thing we can create another account also. We can create the EC2 instance one configuration file. We can put into the Terraform configuration file in local repository local. While we running the we can configure the specific AWS access key and security key and region and specific account. We can configure that one. At that time, we can run it. After we can create same thing. We can create the other account also.
Okay. How do you assess S3 from an EC2 instance?
How, can you
How do
repeat
you
the
assess S3 from an EC2 instance?
S3 from instance?
EC2 instance.
Okay, you asking how can you attach S3 to EC2 instance?
No, I'm asking how do you assess?
SSH.
Yeah. How can you assess the S3 bucket from EC2 instance?
Yeah, we while creating the S3 bucket, we can create the bucket and bucket name, and after we can give the specific instance. We can give the bucket configuration. We can put into specific region and specific instance. Other than that, we can use the AWS CLI command. Also, we can copy the S3 bucket to EC2 instance also.
You need to create an like attach an IAM role to the EC2 instance with S3 permission.
Yes, that one also there. Specific use, we can create the S3 role, full access or read access. We can give that.
Okay. So what is auto scaling in AWS?
Yeah, auto scaling mainly we can use the for we can increasing the instance while we running the applications. We sometimes we can't uh, access uh, that application. At that time we can face lot of time we can waste it, and also customers also struggle it. That's why we can use the auto scaling. We can create the as 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 per the application traffic demand. We can increase the automatically. We can configure the uh, server traffic capability. We can increase it using auto scaling.
Okay. How can you define public and private subnet in VPC?
You mean private subnet?
Public and private subnet in VPC.
Are you asking only private subnet or anything?
Yeah, public and private both subnets. I'm asking.
Okay. Yeah. If actually we in our current organization we can use their own IP by if any our AWS account when we creating the EC2 instance, one default VPC also there. Instead of public subnet, we can access the everyone through internet
Okay.
using the public subnet. Other than private subnet, we can access only for the internal kinds only. We can't access outside the server.
Okay.
That is the difference between private subnet and public subnet. We can in the subnet we can create the public access IGWay internet gateway. We can attach the IGWay to public subnet, and we can create the route tables, and we can create the routes, and we can attach the IG, and also we can access the public subnet, and also we can private subnet also we can create the net as translator.
Okay. So have you used Jenkins?
Yes, Sitanshu.
Yeah. What are the system requirements for installing Jenkins?
Yeah, when we installing the Jenkins, first of all we required the Java uh, installation required. It is mandatory Java.
Huh.
uh, we can install the Java packages, and after that we can check the system requirements based on the system storage and CPU. This we can create the at the time we can create the AWS account. We can choose as per the practice. We can choose T2 Magram as per the project organization requirement. We can choose lot of instance type.
Okay.
Or 4 CPU and 4 GB, like that. We can create that as per the discussion, and after that we can configure the VPC, and after the configuration, the port numbers we can give in the network side security group. Like Jenkins is a 8080 port number. That's why we can give at the time of installation of server, or after we can configure the after creating the server also. After we can this is the after we can installing the commands like using the Linux. We can take the Red Hat distribution and everything. We can require the Jenkins package distributions. We can install it.
Okay. So how do you perform load balancing in Jenkins?
Load
Load balancing.
load balancing in Jenkins.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We in Jenkins we can mainly we can master slave architecture we can use in the Jenkins. In Jenkins, if one job, lot of jobs we can create using the Jenkins. Uh, in Jenkins jobs we can maintain the lot of jobs. We can't execute only master. At the time we can maintain the master slave architecture. We can use the load balancing purpose, and we can configure the path directory, and we can create the labels, and we can give the limits of the directory, and we can give, after we can configure the one by one which job to run the slaves, and we can detailed instruction give in the master.
Okay. So what is Cloud Trail?
Yeah, Cloud Trail is a one of the AWS service. It describes that one we can only helpful for enable the operational and auditing and maintaining the costing of AWS account.
Okay. So
And also,
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
also, yeah, and also it cloud trail, it can be taken separate records, it will be created.
Okay. So are you aware of Lambda, AWS Lambda?
AWS Lambda, I can hear, but I don't fully depth in.
Okay. How can you copy files from a Linux server to S3 bucket?
Linux server to S3 bucket.
Yeah.
Yeah. First, in the Linux server, first we can check AWS command line install or not. After we can installing AWS installation done. After checking the AWS command to and specific where is the path directory in the Linux server, we can check. We can there, and also we can mention the S3 here and Amazon resource name. We can give the S3 bucket. Their bucket name we can give AWS CP command. We can using
so,
that.
got it. So what is the default port for RDP, Remote Desktop Protocol?
RDB it means 3306.
No, it's 3389.
I think 3306 SQL. I think.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
So,
So you have used Docker?
yes, Sitansh.
Yeah. So can you tell me how can you build an image from Docker file?
Yeah. Docker file in current we can everyone using an all, and also I'm using a Docker file. We can create the in Docker file. It is a source code of Docker image, and it is a, one of the specific instructions we can discuss in the Docker file. First of all, we can from instruction we can use in from instruction we can specify the base image, like I want to require the image one of the, for example, image one I am creating. In image one, from where you want to require the dependencies packages and all, we can install from base image. We can mention, for example, Tomcat from that here we can mention, and also we can from to we can run instructions. Run instructions, we can execute multiple run instructions in the Docker file while building the image. It can be helpful for only for executable commands only. In shell form or executable form, we can execute, and also CMD instructions mainly it will be action for the process of the task, like we can make Tomcat process, Jenkins process. We can only in the CMD instructions we can only, and we can give multiple CMD or instructions in Docker file. Only last CMD instruction it will take the by default, and also at that time we can give CMD instruction. We can override at the runtime. Uh, Runtime instances, and we can give entry point also. Entry point entry point is it is also same for while starting the container purpose, and also it can't override. It can add the parameters while running the instance of time, and also add instructions also there in the Docker file. Mainly we can add copy the files and folders to the image, and also it will be same for downloading the files from HTTP endpoints in add, and same CP also. Copy instruction. Copy instructions only for copy the files and folders to the while building the image at the time only copy instructions it will be used, and also arg instrument this, and also expose we can expose the port numbers instruction we can use. In this type we can create the build image using the Docker file.
Okay, what is the purpose of Docker registry?
The main purpose of Docker registry, it can store the repositories, and while storing the images, it can retrieve the at any point of time.
Okay.
Like it can available public repository and private repository.
Okay. So have you used Git?
Yes.
So how can you overcome conflicts in Git?
Yeah. Yeah, that question I face a lot of times in my current organizations also. Yeah, when mainly when will affect the conflicts? Basically, as a master own branch, I can update the files in my own branch, same file. At that time, in master in other in same master branch also, in remote repository master branch also every someone is changed same file. At that time we can get conflicts in Git. By the time we can overcome only for manual process only we can overcome. We can check. We can open the text file, and we can remove the some in the errors by manually. After that we can merge it. That is the process of in the conflicts.
Okay, fine. Ashok, in Kubernetes, you are aware of the Kubernetes, right?
Yes.
Can you describe the pod command in Kubernetes? Pod command.
Pod command.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pod command. Pod it is a small deployable unit. It can be number of containers inside the pod. We can check the pods by using kubectl gets pods. We can check in the default namespace. We can check kubectl get pods. Other than we can check specific namespace. We can check kubectl get pod. Namespace we can give specific namespace. That one also we can give.
Okay.
And also every pod has a unique IP address.
Okay. Okay, fine.